other people. So this next ayat is the statement of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This first ayat was the statement of munafiqeen, one statement to the believers, the other statement to their own people. Okay? Ayat number 15 is completely the statement of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So let's look at that. Okay. So the first word is Allahu. Okay? So Allah. So the next word is yastahzi'u. Yastahzi'u, which is again from the same word here. Okay? So the only difference is that this time there is a ya in the beginning. Okay? So let's see what this ya does. Okay? So if we have these three letters, fa, and lam, which means to do. Okay? And if I put a ya in the beginning of these three letters and sound like yafa'alu, what's the meaning of this word? He does. He does. So what kind of information is in this ya here? Is a third person, he, and present tense. Does. Fa'ala means to do. By putting a ya in the beginning and sounding yaf'alu becomes the meaning of he does. So third person is there and present tense is there. Notice here, there is a ya in the beginning and a dhamma at the end, which is the same as here. The meaning is exactly he laughs at. He makes fun of. Okay? So here, who is he here? He is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so angry with these people, munafiqeen, that he is saying Allah is laughing at them. Allah is mocking at them. Okay? Allah is making fun of them. What does it mean? Allah does not make fun of anybody. Okay? But saying that they are in the state that they are mocking, they are laughing at other people, so Allah is going to leave them blindly in their state. They will never come back to the right place. Okay? So that is the meaning of Allah is mocking at them. Okay? So that is the word. Allah is mocking.
But then I think that we were like inside.
And the next word is be him. So the word is be plus whom. Okay. Be means with and whom means they or them. Or it means at. Be has many meanings, with or at. Okay. And whom means them. When we read these together, for easy pronunciation, we pronounce as be him, not be whom. Okay, so that's a tajweed. Read. So this word, when you combine together, will be pronounced as be him. That's what the word is. With them. Allah is mocking with them. Allah is laughing at them. And them here is the munafiqeen, hypocrites. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself is pointing to them and saying that Allah is making fun of them by leaving them in their state. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala further says وَيَمُدُّهُمْ. Okay. So, wa means and. Okay. And then the word is mim, dal and dal. Root letters. Mim, dal, dal. This means to prolong, to make it long, or to prolong. Okay. Mad. We know this. When you have a letter and you say put that thing on there. What is it called? Mad. Madda means to stretch, to prolong. So you have to make the sound of this alif long sound. What's the meaning of this is mim dal dal. Madad is also from the same root letters, but when you combine them and you pronounce this one, it is like a mad.
We won't make it specific. We cannot say that make it specific.
No. It's stretched to make it long.
No, I understand that, sir.
So madda, two dals. Okay. Now also, we just learned that if we have these three letters, fa and a lam, and we put a ya in the beginning, yaf'alu, he does. Yaf'alu, he does. Okay. So if we do the same thing, we take these three letters and we put a ya in the beginning. Yamaddu. With the maya. Yamuddu. By putting a ya, third person and present tense. We did the same thing. Ya will become he prolongs. He makes it long. Okay, he stretches. Okay, so that's the word is here. Yamuddo, he prolongs. Okay, and he is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because he is mentioning something about the hypocrites, and we'll see what it means when he prolongs. He makes it long, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. And again the next word is hum. Hum means them. Munafiqeen. Okay. Okay, so let's look at the next few words and that will make it very clear what is happening here, what is being prolonged here. Okay. So the first word is fi. Fi means in. Fi means in. Okay. Then we have these letters ta, ghain, and noon. Okay. Tughyan or tughyanun. Okay. What is tughyan? Let me give the example.
Disobedient.
So first, the word actually it should put this ta, ghain, and ya first here.
Tawhi.
This means to cross the limits. Cross the limits. Okay. The word many people know is when water is flowing inside the river, it flows nicely. it benefits people. But if it is too much rain and it starts crossing the banks of the river, it's called Tughyan. Tughyani or Tughyan. Which means now the same water which was benefiting people has crossed the limits. And now this water is going to destroy everything. It's going to go and in the fields, destroying the crops, it's going to drown the people. Okay? So that action of crossing the boundaries and the limits is called Tughyan. Okay? That's the word. Tughyan. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is using this word for the hypocrites. Okay? They are crossing the limits. They are transgressing. Okay? And whom means there. Okay? So when you read this together, it will be Tughyanuhum. When you combine, you pronounce one Dhamma here, and it will be Tughyanuhum. So I'm going to write that here. Tughyan. I'm just going to write down this way separately. Tughyanu plus hum. Tughyanuhum. Because by combining with the hum, we pronounce only one. Okay. Now again, fi is a harf-e-jar. Harf-e-jar goes and looks at this letter and changes into a kasra. So this becomes now fi tughyani. Okay. And for the easy tajweed, we will pronounce this as him, not hum. So the word becomes Tughyani him. In their transgression, in their crossing the limits. Okay. And there who are there? The hypocrites. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that because they have crossed the limits, Allah is going to prolong this for them. They will continue disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They will not be guided. That's what is it, the Tughyanihim and Yamudduhum. Allah will stretch, Allah will make it longer, their disobedience. They will continue doing what they are doing. They will not be guided. That is what the meaning is, that He will prolong their transgression. They are going astray. They are doing wrong things. Allah will just leave them in their state. He will not guide them. So this is what? Fi tughyanihim, in their transgression. Transgression is another word for crossing the limits. Okay? So fi tughyanihim, in their transgression. Allah will prolong, Allah will leave them for a long time in their disobedience, in their transgression, in their doing what they are doing, in their hypocrisy, in their munafiqat. Allah is going to leave them. Okay? And then there is one more word after that, which is Ain, Mim and Ha. These three letters, they mean if someone is wandering blindly, these words, these letters are for use. So this means to wander blindly, to go around blindly. Okay. That is Ain, Mim and Ha. Now notice that the selection of the words in the Quran is very beautiful. Tughyan, or the water, it goes out blindly everywhere. When it floods and it comes out of the banks, then it doesn't care. Wherever it just finds the place, it goes. It doesn't care if it's a beautiful house in the path, or if a child is playing in the path. It just goes blindly. Okay? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is using this word. So what is the meaning of this word? Now going back to, if we have these three letters, fa, and lam, to do. And if we put a ya in the beginning and huna at the end, okay, and keep the three letters in the middle, it will be pronounced as yaf'aluna. Yaf'aluna means they do. By putting a ya in the beginning and una at the end brings the meaning of third person plural, which means they do, and present tense, they do. Okay? So if I do exactly the same thing with these, I put a ya in the beginning and a una at the end, okay, and keep these three letters, okay, and put the same harakas, ya'amahuna. The meaning will be they wander blindly. They and present tense. Ya'amahuna is the word in the Quran. They wander blindly. These hypocrites are just going here and there. They're like blind. They don't have any understanding. They don't have any sense. They are lying here, they are lying there, they are doing wrong here, they are doing wrong there. They are laughing at other people or laughing at believers. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that their example is the example of the flood water which goes blindly. Okay. So that is what is. But Allah leaves in their state. Allah will not guide them. Prolong, make it long, their state of going blindly and doing damages, because that's how they will end up. Okay? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has very severe punishment for hypocrites in the hereafter. Okay? One place it says they will be at the bottom of the hell. Okay? So, ya'amahun means wandering blindly. So Allah is the one who is laughing at them, and then He is prolonging their munafiqat. And He has left them in their transgression, wandering, going blindly. Okay.
Just like summum bukmum meaningful.
So the word after, there are ayats after that, which tell few things more about the hypocrites. There are 3-4 more ayats about hypocrites, and Allah has used the example to tell the state of their blindness and their hypocrisy after these ayats. Okay? So inshallah we'll continue.